Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm back with a brand new video. Today's is another book video, if you can tell by the title. So we're now like a bit of a different background, slightly different. I'm trying to figure it out, but here we are for now. So today's video, if you didn't see by the title, is books I read in September. So I will show you the books I read and I will do a little review and I will also rate them. Let's get with it. So how I'm like gonna rate them, so basically someone I watch on YouTube and everything, you will learn her if you watch my channel. So Carrie Hope Fletcher recently released a podcast relating to books and everything, which is called Prattle and Pages. It's really good. But in the first one she said how she was going to be like rating books, so I've decided to steal those questions and that's how I'm going to rate books now. So I will read you the questions in a second. Okay, so kind of sorted out the camera a bit more, so let's hope that it stays because it's balancing and it might not stay. So I will read you the questions that I have written down that I got from her podcast. So the first question is, do I like the cover? Now I know you're not supposed to like judge books on the cover, but here we are. The second one is, do I like the writing style? A lot of the time I will love a book or like don't like a book because of the writing style, as I was trying to say. Do I relate to the characters? That's like a big part of it, if I relate to the characters or not, because if I don't like the characters, I'm not gonna like, if I don't relate to the characters, the book's gonna feel a bit different, like I'm not gonna love it as much as I could. The next question is, did it make me feel something? So that could be anything from like, if it makes me uncomfortable, if it makes me annoyed, like that's still feeling something because it's what the book is supposed to do. And the last question is, would I recommend it? Because I can read a book that I absolutely love, but I know that I couldn't recommend it to some people because it's not sort of their thing. So I also I want to point out I'm wearing Carrie's jumper right now from her clothing line with Joni clothing, but that's not the point of the video. So I read a total of 5 books in September, which was one more from August, but yeah, I'm hoping to get more read this month because I'm used to reading like 6 or 7 a month. But either way, like it's not about like how many you can read. So first, before we get into the video, I do just want to show you my nails. So they're little like ghosts, like I'm sorry, how cute are those? I did those last night because I got bored, and it's officially spooky season because it is actually October now that I'm filming this, because this does need to go up in the next few days. So let's just get straight into it. So the first book I have is Ace of Spades, and I'm just going to show you the name because I do not want to butcher it, but that is the author because I would feel really bad if I did. So yes, so I'm going to review it with the questions that I just read out a minute ago. So do I like the cover? I love the cover. There's something about it. Also sprayed edges, absolutely love them. There's just something about this cover that just, I love it. I can't figure out what it is. I think that it's so like simple but also not at the same time. Do I like the writing style? Yes, I actually really liked the writing style. I also love it's not really in the writing style, I think, but they kind of the author, she puts like when they're texting each other, she makes it like look like a text, or when they give each other notes, they make it look like handwriting. And that was one thing that stuck out to me, like I really like that sort of thing, but also it distracts me when I'm reading the book because my eyes just flick to it. But yes, I did like the writing style. The next one is, do I relate to the characters? I'm gonna have to say I don't really know, because I kind of did but I kind of didn't at the same time. Like I've never really gone through what they went through. Like I never had to do with bullying like an entire school, or like I don't have to deal with an entire school bullying me for the colour of my skin. That's basically what this book is about, or like the themes of this book. I've never really had like that happen. I have been bullied, so I do relate to them in that way, but it's never been for like the colour of my skin, so I can't relate in that way. So I kind of relate to the characters. Did it make me feel something? Yes, it definitely did. It made me kind of understand more what people of colour have to go through. Like, I've never really like seen it like people being bullied because of the colour of their skin. I'm from a small like town, like no one really like does that. It's not really like a big thing, like no one judges people on their skin, so I don't know how to like see that, but it did make me feel something for them. Yeah. And would I recommend it? I would definitely recommend this. I have a few like people that I would recommend it to more than others, because like I wouldn't recommend this to my sister because I know that this isn't her sort of book, because it is kind of like mystery, like young adult, like thriller, not thriller, but like, you know, like mystery crime sort of thing, and I know that's not what she would read. So yeah, but I would recommend it. So I think in total this was 4.5 stars, which is pretty good for a book, you know. So the second one I read was Law by Alexandra Bracken. Now I absolutely loved this book. So basically this book is basically about the Greek goddesses, and every 7 years in New York, well, it's not always in New York, but every 7 years Zeus kind of like really like takes away the power of the Greek goddesses and gods and goddesses and makes them mortal for a week, and people can hunt them down and kill them, and whoever kills them gets the god's power, and then they join the hunt for the next year. So it's not everyone, it's like a certain like people. So it's basically like modern day, and I absolutely love this book, but we'll see what I rated it. So let's get into the questions. So first one is, do I like the cover? I love this colour. Like, it's very Medusa vibes, it's creepy with like the gold amber. I love this. It's kind of like makes it like stand out because it's literally just like grayscale and the gold. Love this. Do I like the writing style? I can't even remember. I think so. It's kind of like, it's quite boring, like the writing style. The book itself is not boring, but like the writing style didn't like really excite me. So that could have been better, but like obviously it's not where I can like say that I need to change their writing style just because I didn't personally like it. It was okay, like I'd give it half a star, but it's not something like it's not like amazing writing style basically. Do I relate to the characters? Yeah, I related to her in a way. I didn't relate in the sense that like I've never had to like hunt someone and kill them in that way, but I do like relate to her, like some of the characters and the way they feel pain and everything. But yeah, I've never had to like do like the sort of things they do, so I can't relate to them in that sort of way. Did it make me feel something? Again, like it kind of did. Like it made me anxious in times, it made me like want to know more, so I guess you could kind of like call that like feeling something, but it wasn't like very emotional. It was at times it was like a bit emotional, but it wasn't like really anything. It didn't make me feel that great. So and would I recommend it? I would actually really recommend this, no matter what like the stars like come out as. I really love like reading about like the Greek gods and goddesses, and this was like a very modern like different take on it, which I wouldn't have thought of. So I'm glad someone else did and wrote it so I can read about it, because I absolutely really loved this. So give me a second to work out the stars, because I can't remember what I rated them. So I worked it out. This is like 3.5 stars, which isn't great for a book that I love, but it didn't compare to like the questions that I was asking myself. It could have been better if I like related to the characters more, or I liked the writing style more, but it's still a lovely book, and 3.5 stars ain't bad really. So yeah. So the next one that I read is This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron. I think that's how you say it. It kind of confuses me sometimes because I expect the Y to be in a different place, but it's not. Okay, so yeah, so I'm not really sure about that. I loved this book. I think I talked about this in my last video. I can't remember. I must have done. This book is kind of about a girl who gets handed a big like house just outside of New York, I think it is. And her and her parents go, like she gets handed it through a will, and she goes and she develops this like special gift that she has, and she kind of like learns more about her birth family because she's adopted. She learns more about her birth family and what their special gift is as a whole, and she kind of like develops her gift more. That's all I'm gonna say on the book, because I would recommend you read it first, but yeah, I don't want to spoil it. So for the questions, do I like the cover? I love this cover. It tells you what the story is without you having to read it, basically. She just feels very magical. She looks great. Like, I love this, like all the little details. Absolutely love it. I mean, the cover did make me think that it was a take on Snow White, kind of. But here we are. So yeah, so the next question is, do I like the writing style? I love the writing style. This author has a really nice writing style that I love. Obviously she wrote Cinderella Is Dead as well, which I also loved. I love her writing style. It just, like, it's obviously written for like young adults, so it makes me engage more because that's what, like, you're supposed to be young adults, like it simplifies some things, and I just love the writing style. Do I relate to the characters? See, this is a tricky one because I feel like I do, in the sense that I felt different from people before in my life and didn't know what to do about it. Obviously I'm not different in the same way she is because she has like this special gift and she's adopted and I'm not, but I did relate to her in that she like hides it and she's scared to show who she is, like her true self, so I relate in that way. Did it make me feel something? It definitely did. It made me feel like I wanted more from the book. Like as I was reading it I was like, come on, I need to get like more into the book. It made me feel something for her, like being adopted and trying to figure out about her, like her birth family. Not that she like really wants to, like she's very happy with her adopted parents, but she wants to know more about the gift, so it kind of made me feel something. And then would I recommend it? 100%. I'd recommend this to pretty much anyone. And there's just something about it. I love the magic, I love the writing, I love everything. The characters are amazing. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. So that is, so I think I am correct in saying that I rate this 4 stars, just because I rated 2 half stars, which obviously makes a star, on the relating to the characters and making me feel something. Definitely 4, I feel like. So this is a 4-star book for me personally, even though I do absolutely love it, but there was things that obviously for my questions didn't go through very well. So the next book I read, which is very recommended on TikTok, or was, is Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams. Now this is a book that I read kind of recently, and I absolutely loved this book. It wasn't something that I would usually pick up for myself just because it's not, like, I don't know, it's not really the sort of thing I read, but I did pick it up and I absolutely loved it. So this book is just about this girl and her life, woman, and her life, and going through all the stages. Like I think she breaks up with her boyfriend and she like wants him back. She has loads of casual sex. She just kind of like trying to explore herself. She breaks down, she sees a therapist. It's all kind of like just this woman and her life, basically. That's all it really is, but it is really interesting. So do I like the cover? I love this cover. There's something about it being like matte and then the gold in her hair kind of shining. I love how this is designed. I love the shine on it. I love that it's matte, but I love that how the gold sticks out. I love how the Queenie is integrated into her hair. I love this book. I love the cover. The only thing I don't like is this is not a sticker. I can't peel that off. That's kind of annoying. But other than that, I do really love the cover. Do I like the writing style? I loved the writing style of this book. Absolutely. There's when like she's texting people, it like that's awkward. Basically when she's like texting people, it comes up as like a text bubble. Let me see if I can find an example. So like this is how it looks. I'm not gonna break my spine to show you, but like and I love that. I love reading when they're texting people. They don't just read what they say, they actually show how it says, what it looks like. And I love the writing style. It makes you like it, like I feel like I knew the characters better because of how it was written, if that makes sense. Do I relate to the characters? Absolutely. Like I related to this book more than I thought, because obviously I'm not a woman of colour, so I didn't think that I would relate to this book in that way, but I did relate to her as a person and her personality and what she goes through. Like I've had to deal with a terrible breakup that wasn't like a definite breakup at first, and I've like had breakdowns. I know what she's going through. I've had trouble at work. Like it's just I really related to her. Did it make me feel something? Yes, kind of. It made me like kind of like not happy, but like happy to kind of know like that other people go through the stuff that I've been through, and to see it written in a book, and just to kind of experience it like that. It made me feel happy for the character. It made me feel sad for the character, which is always like a good plus in a book, that actually makes you feel for the characters. And would I recommend it? I would definitely recommend this. This was an amazing book that I didn't expect to be amazing, just because it's not sort of the story in the books that I read. But that being said, it was absolutely amazing. So on to the last book that I read in September. So I finished this on the last day in September. So this is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This took me a little while to get through, just because I had a lot going on and sometimes it just wasn't that interesting to me. So this is about a pair of twins, a set of twins, and they kind of run away from home, and then they split up and they don't speak to each other for like years. That's basically what it's about. One moves back home after many years. They both have kids, and it basically takes you literally through the whole stages. So it takes you from when they're 16 and they run away from home, to when their kids are really young, and then when their kids grow up and everything. So that was really great. So do I like the cover? I love this cover. There's just something about it that you get, like the faces and all the colours, and I just love the gold on it, to be honest with you. Also, this sticker is on here again, so that's really annoying. But other than that, I love this cover. It's just like simple, not really simple, but like graphic, and it's just great, really, isn't it? Do I like the writing style? The writing style was okay. Like it wasn't like amazing. I didn't love the writing style. Like it was good, it was okay, but not really like great. Do I relate to the characters? Not really, I would say. I've had family problems, but other than that, no, not really. Just I don't really relate to the characters, to be honest with you. Did it make me feel something? Kind of, like it kind of did. It kind of did, because like it made me feel for the characters. Like I felt for them, like not speaking to each other, kind of. And would I recommend it? Even though it's not like the best book in the world to me, I would still recommend it. Like, it's quite an interesting book in itself to read. So this book is a 3-star book for me personally, just because I didn't really relate to the characters and it barely made me feel anything. Like, it was all like, it was a good book to read, but I didn't relate to the characters and it didn't really make me feel that much. And the writing style wasn't amazing for me, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't recommend it just because it's not something that I personally loved. That doesn't mean that someone else won't personally love it. So that is all the books that I read during the month of September. I really hope that you liked me actually rating them this month, because I haven't been. Yeah, so thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe down below if you did like this video, because I would love to have you around. Stay tuned for future book videos. I'm not really sure what the next one's going to be yet, but I will figure that out at some point. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.